Let me be the first to congratulate you on making the greatest purchase of your life. Literally, I promise. There's nothing better that you've ever bought than your Infuze vessel, lid, or hydro. But before we can give you the greatest hydration experience that you've ever had, we want to take you through the product, show you how it works, and show you how to properly set it up so that you can have a great experience with the system. So let's take you through a first use process to make sure you have a great experience with your vessel. First, let's make sure all your parts are there. Number one, if you ordered a vessel, make sure that the bottle is there. If you ordered just the lid, this won't be there, so put this onto your favorite flask, Nalgene bottle, Camelback, whatever it is that you might have. As long as it's got that standard wide mouth lid, it'll work great. Next, make sure that your cartridge is there and that it's got its black cap there on the back and your duckbill valve. Those are important pieces there for it. Then, second, make sure your straw is there and that there is a little black squishy piece right here. This is a plug that seals the straw so that it doesn't leak. This is a leak-proof straw. It's also a backwash-proof straw, so don't worry, you can feel free to share it with all of your friends or your little kid, and don't worry, there won't be any floaties in there. And now, as you take off your lid, there should be a black silicone straw on the bottom. This is soft so that it's easy to take on and off. And then you also should wash this the first use just to make sure that there's not any dust or anything on there from shipping. And then inside, there should be a white seal here on the bottom. As long as all of those pieces are there, this system passed all of our quality control checks, and we've tested this 5 or 6 times. So we know that this system works. The most important thing that we can do from here is just make sure that it gets set up right the first time. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna prime your system. This is like this is literally a pump. And so before a pump functions properly, it has to make sure all the sills and valves are in place, and it's really easy to do. What you're gonna do is you're gonna open up your straw. Your straw can either be on, the bottom straw can either be on or off, but I have this one off just so it's a little bit easier to hold. And then I'm gonna plug that with my finger and turn this all the way on. Now I'm gonna apply suction on this, and you should hear a pretty loud air sound come through. And that's gonna make sure that the air that you'll hear is coming through our Venturi system, which makes everything work. And so that's critical for the system to work. So I'll try to show you how it should sound, and then also if it doesn't sound that way, how to get it there. So as you apply suction, you should hear, once again, that air. That pulsing sound is what you want to hear. That means that the whole system's in place, the sills are all in alignment, and it's going to work great for you. Now, if you hear something a little bit, if you don't hear any air, so if I have this turned off and I apply suction, this will create a vacuum on my finger, which is also a good thing because that means that the sills are all in place. And if I don't have my finger on the bottom of it, you'll hear kind of a whistle sound, and that's because our backflow preventer here on the bottom is opening. So I'll show you that as well. All of those things, good, normal sounds. You won't hear them when you're drinking, don't worry. Now, the last thing that it could be is those sills inside of our Venturi may not be fully engaged. And they're all in there, but you can actually engage them by suction if they seem to be plugged. And so what you'll get is you'll plug that bottom and you'll apply suction on this, and it might have a little bit of an air sound or it might not have any air sound on it. Keep sucking on it to create more and more of a vacuum, and it will open up. Takes about 2 to 3 pounds of pressure, which is what the human body can create on suction to make sure the system's in alignment. So I'll try to show that to you here. And so I'll suck on it. Now that you've done that, the system is ready to go. You're gonna fill this thing up with water, so whatever water you want, with ice, no, it doesn't matter. And I'll use our bottle here that's already got some water in it for the first demonstration. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna fill this up with your favorite elixir. Now, we have 4 options. We have our lemon with energy, we've got our fruit punch, we've got our grape, and our orange flavors. These are all sucralose based, they have B vitamins and electrolytes. So not only will you be drinking more because they taste better, but you'll be staying properly hydrated because you'll be absorbing the water as you drink. And with the energy version, you're not getting a spike of caffeine and then a crash, you're just getting it delivered throughout the day. We also have our natural line, which is the stevia-based elixirs that don't have any dyes in them, but they still have your vitamins in them, but no caffeine. And so for this one, we're gonna use our orange flavor just to start with. You're gonna pull this little tab, and this will come off. Now this is a piece that you're gonna use to make sure that your duckbill valve is properly open. This valve has to open up and let air in, or else the flavor will create a vacuum in here and your flavor won't come in properly. So take this little guy out and you're just gonna push it right through the center. It should open up right through and you should be able to feel it go through. Now you're gonna take your cartridge that'll hold in the back here, and then you're just gonna pour that in. Now, the last critical step is to make sure your cap is fully in place. So push on that so that it goes all the way down. You shouldn't see any real gap below that, and that will make sure that nothing's gonna leak. So now your cartridge is ready to go in. You're gonna push it in, push right on the front and make sure that it's flush here. So now you've got your system fully set up, your cartridge is in place, you've made sure that duckbill valve is open. What you're gonna do first is drink plain water through your system. So turn your dial to the off position and just take a sip. In comes your water. Now as you turn the dial all the way on, you're gonna suck on this like you mean it. Suck on it like you're drinking a shake. You don't wanna sip on it like you're drinking coffee. You wanna actually apply suction on the system, and that's gonna make sure that everything comes through properly. If you're feeling winded when you drink, you're breathing to suck, and instead you wanna create that suction with your mouth like this. So I'll give you the quick demo here where we have some flavor in the system so you can see it. And so I'm gonna turn this to the off position. In comes water, and now back onto flavor. And there's nothing else to it. So once again, welcome to Infuze. We're excited to have you here. If there's any questions or concerns, just let us know. We'll make sure you're happy and taken care of. It's literally our #1 goal is that you love the product, you stay better hydrated, and this helps change your life. So thank you and have a great day.